everybody, on today's show, we are talking books, 6 of them. It's time to choose the next book we will be discussing. Each of our ladies will present a book choice and then tell why it should be our next read. Then we vote on them. So grab your cups. It's time for The Tea. Okay, ladies, we're back. It's time for us to get our discussion going. Dina, why don't you go ahead and get us started?
Okay. So my book is Defining Moments in Black/History, Reading Between the Lies by Gregory. And a recounting of some important moments in Black history told from a Black perspective and his perspective. And if some of you don't know who he was a comic and a political activist, very popular in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. And he was sort of the forebearer of people that we know today, like Trevor Noah or Larry Wilmore. And so I just see this book generating a lot of interesting discussion because it goes deeper. He actually knew a lot of the people who were making Black history back in the day. And he can do a recounting of things that, with a sense of humor and fun. These are essays. So he, on the cover, they talk about how, the Rosa Parks incident and how that wasn't just a simply, I was tired, but the whole backstory, her relationship with the bus driver and the dynamics of sitting in the back of the bus. And you could see, it's almost, nowadays everything becomes a meme, and you could see a picture of Rosa Parks. Not today, you know what I mean? And that's what really, that's what really drove, something that made history. So I just think that this is, it'll be interesting, it'll be funny. And I just think it would just, remind us as history moves forward of where it came from, putting it in kind of a modern, fun angle.
So Dina, you're recommending Defining Moments in Black History, Reading Between the Lies by Gregory.
That's right.
All right, are there any questions or comments on this, ladies?
I have a question. Do you know if Mr. Gregory was able to discuss our current political situations before he died in the book?
Well, he's talking more about things in the past.
Right.
I mean, he weaves things in that are modern, but he's mostly kind of giving us a different perspective.
Right.
What lies does he reverse or give us the real, juice on?
Yeah, well, without being a spoiler, one of them he talks about is that whole idea of Rosa Parks just being tired and, down and out Black women, riding the bus. And, she had some fight. She was actually really angry when all of that happened.
So in other words, we need to get the book to get the real answer.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
Well, all right, ladies, we thank you for that. So now, Nigeria, you're up. What are you doing?
Okay, thank you. I am doing, today my recommendation is Cuz by Danielle Allen. And this book is kind of, not historical, but it is also a little bit political. And this is about the experience that her cousin has. He's placed in jail at 15 years old and tried as an adult and winds up spending 11 years in jail. And so she kind of goes in and investigates what happens in our system that he would come out of jail, be released, and kind of not be rehabilitated or become a prey to the streets all over again. And so how we fail our young people, in a way, is what the book really deals with. And she examines society and the political, the prison system as well.
Okay. Wow. Well, ladies, are there any questions? Yes.
Definitely a comment. I can unfortunately relate. Born and raised in Brooklyn, New York. True stories like that have happened every day. I have heard of men being released from jail. Next thing you know, not even like a few months pass, they have been shot after spending years incarcerated because the streets caught up with them. The streets didn't forget whatever the ordeal that they got. And this is a reality check. A lot of times the environment does make our kid. We can have You know, we can have the perfect parents, but environment plays a very big part of our children's lives.
Kind of in a way, as Margarita said, when you think about it personally, you know, when I was younger, I had a boyfriend, sorry mom, but I had a boyfriend and he was arrested and he was sentenced and he went to Spofford, which is no longer open anymore. But after that, he didn't come out and like he was better, and he was released and returned back to a neighborhood that hadn't been fixed either. So it makes us look at what is going on inside of us and around us.
Okay, awesome. So you are recommending Nigeria,
Cuz by Danielle Allen.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. So I guess I'm next. So y'all, I am recommending, yes, Yoga Has Curves. And I'm recommending that because so many times there's been a misconception of yoga. How many times have you picked up the yoga books or seen the people that are doing yoga and they all her size? That's so... That don't make you want to go to no yoga and put on all the pants and stuff. But I was like so excited when I actually got the chance to meet Dana Smith. She's really a nice lady. She talks about yoga. She says she's proud of her curves. And she was like, she got into yoga to start sharing with other women, regardless of who you are, regardless of what you're doing. You can practice the stances. She says, and then it's a way to get in touch with your mind, your body, and your spirit. It's a way to calm down. It's a way to not only to exercise without exerting your joints. So people that have a problem with going to the gym, you can I know we can relate, you know, exactly. So schedule, time, money, the whole nine with the gym. Yoga is something that you can do at home. You can even go to a yoga studio because they have so many different forms of yoga. It gives us stories of women that have curves. It uses pictures of women that have curves, and it tells you how to do the different poses and the different things that's going on. So not only does she tell a story in here, she tells you how to do it. And I think that's the part that really motivated me to really want to start going through her book. Are there any questions, ladies?
I have a comment.
Go ahead.
I think it's interesting because, you know, we tend to now think of yoga as something as trendy, skinny women do, but it's actually a masculine spiritual practice.
Also to develop the positive of your body image. That's why I'm recommending, yes, Yoga Has Curves by Miss Dana Smith. And Janelle, throwing it to you. You're next.
Awesome, thanks. So my book is I'm Judging You by Luvvie, Ajayi. So this book has been getting a lot of buzz. I followed her on Twitter before she even published this, and she is just so amazing, really interactive with her fans, and she's always has something so smart and cunning to say. So her book is basically a guidebook in how to actually be courteous and a regular human being in today's society.
What a concept.
Right?
Courtesy?
We actually, what is so amazing is that we actually need this book.
You know how many people can use that? Oh my God.
Right?
Sounds like a stocking stuffer.
I'm telling you, it does.
Definitely. So the world is more connected than ever. We have social media. We have so many different platforms. But at the same time, that has opened us up to have all these cruel naysayers come out of the woodwork and post things on your blog or maybe your Instagram page, but at the same time, where is all of this mean, hateful comments coming from?
Exactly.
So even though people are hiding behind screens, or whether or not you're posting something on your friend's page, and it's kind of sharp and raunchy, this guidebook is really saying how we should be treating each other, how to really avoid seeming like a jerk, and then also how to be just treating your friends better. Don't be the one who's scheduling and then bailing out last second. Making sure that if you're congratulating your friend, you're actually congratulating them without putting in a comment that kind of puts them down in a way.
That little sneaky
really,
snort.
right. Really showing how to celebrate your friends and your family, and it seems like a guidebook that we all need.
Oh,
great reminders.
They're calling your time. They're calling your time.
Well, that's this is my book, and I love that. Any questions?
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
And so in this guidebook, even though she's judging us and telling us how to treat each other, does her humor and her wit, which sometimes it can be a little shade in her humor and in her commentary, does that come through? How are they balanced?
So her personality comes through a lot in here. So she's always making up different words instead of like cursing, and then also she admits when she's wrong. She will say that I actually am that friend who needs to sharpen up in this area. So I love that she actually highlights her own flaws, but then also says that this is what she's working on, and then these are other traits that we should all be working on as a society, because humans, as she says, are the worst, but I think we still have some hope.
So I'm Judging You by Luvvie Ajayi. So that's what you're recommending for
Yes,
us.
definitely.
All right.
My favorite.
So, Afi, your turn.
Thank you. So I am recommending the Book of Joy, Lasting Happiness in a Changing World. I just feel like there's so much that's going on today, and a lot of people are really suffering emotionally and mentally and even spiritually. And this book is a guidebook for how to get the joy back. The thing I really appreciate about it is that it's focusing on getting joy in the midst of suffering and really empowering people to know that that happiness and that joy, which is internal, it's something that we can all have, we can all grasp, we all have access to, and we don't really have to wait for the situation to adjust for us to tap into this joy that's inside of us. The authors of the book, the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu, I mean, these are two spiritual powerhouses and sages of our generation. And really the wisdom that's going to come out of this book is going to help so many of us. And they do it in a really accessible way. And another good thing about it is that they break joy down into, one, the experience part. Again, they definitely share their experience and their experience in suffering and oppression, but there's also the scientific component to it. And so I just feel like, again, we read this, we need some happiness on this earth right now. There's just so much going on. And again, we cannot go wrong with joy and the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. Like, come on.
Okay, so in other words, they're dealing with our left and right brain.
Yes, they are.
Are there any other questions or comments that y'all will have for Afi today?
Is this a conversation between the two of them on joy, or do they write separate chapters, like their perspective?
Good question. So it's actually, this is a conversation that they're having with each other, and it takes place on the Dalai Lama's, I believe it's his 84th birthday. And this is really like his gift to the world. So it is a conversation that they're having, talking about their life, their friendship, the different experiences that they had, and they're also cracking a lot of jokes in it also. And so again, bringing in their real perspectives as friends who are having a conversation.
Okay, awesome.
Good question. That was a great question.
Okay, awesome. So you are recommending to us The Book of Joy by the Dalai Lama and Desmond Tutu. Awesome.
Hold it, I've got something to tell you. If you really want to be a part of this conversation, the only way you can get in is if you subscribe to our YouTube channel and leave a comment. That's the only way your voice is going to get heard. So hurry up, click subscribe and drop a comment at the end. See ya.
All right, last but not least, Margarita, it's up to you.
The book that I chose to read is called Rabbit, and it's by Patricia Williams. It is an autobiography. By the time she was 12, she had met someone 8 years her senior. By the time she was 13, she got pregnant. By the time she was 15, she had 2 kids.
Wow.
So what got her by in life was being a comedian. Okay. She succeeded. Right now, she's in Indianapolis, living in a 6-story complex overlooking the ocean. So the point about it is that you can be anything you want to be in life. You can succeed.
That's awesome. All right, so ladies, do y'all have any questions for Margarita concerning Rabbit?
No, I'm kind of just like, I'm blown away hearing the different incidences that she had to overcome.
It's a lot.
So I'm kind of like, I want to get in.
Yeah.
I want to get into the book.
Most people will be taken back. This is the actual picture of her when she was a child.
We always see the stardom, but we never talk about what they had to go through to get to this particular point.
Yeah, she had to steal, etc. Not that she was proud of it. She was embarrassed about a lot of things she did, but she got by, and it's true. You don't know what somebody's by, where they came from.
Their story.
Exactly.
All right, ladies, we have all posted our thoughts, and we have pleaded our cases. It's that time. Are y'all ready to vote?
Yes, I'm ready.
Well, all right, let's go. Don't be looking at mine either.
I already know what you're going to write.
You already know. No, you don't. You don't know me.
She's a mind reader.
Oh, is that what it is? All right, guys. It's time for the reveal. Dina, you're up next.
I'm Judging You. I love Luvvie.
Okay. Nigeria.
Rabbit by Patricia Williams.
Okay, I got yes, Yoga Has Curves.
And I chose Defining Moments in Black History.
Afi?
Gotta go with yes, yoga has curves.
All right. And Margarita?
This is a hard decision, but I picked The Book of Joy.
Oh, what? Wait a minute. We got a winner. Yoga Has Curves by Miss Dana Smith. That will be our next book to review. Yoga Has Curves by Miss Dana Smith. We really appreciate you clicking in, and we hope you will help us keep the conversation going and growing right here with the ladies on The Team.